The easiest grant that you can win, without a doubt, in America is the one for which you do not apply. But Neil, I keep on hearing that I have to be equipped with the skills to write grants. Remember when I held the $10 million grants without applying web masterclass, where we partnered with a nonprofit leader who has raised $1.2 million plus over the last 2 years. Most of that money he was able to secure without applying. How do you do that? You want to hear? Here go. I was about to tell you about the grants you already know about. For instance, the Pell Grant and perhaps the Workforce Training Grant. I won a $4,000 grant through New York State to get a CDL Class A license. I'll tell you more about that in a few. Nonetheless, let's get right to the source. So here is his organization out in North Carolina. He is able to touch 30,000 lives roughly. This is his pantry, the bread of life he calls it, on a monthly basis. And again, he wins most of this money without applying for it. You got Doritos and potato chips and bags of bread. I mean, he doesn't put anything to waste, because he even gives out the stuff that spoils to farmers so they can use it as feed for the pigs, etc. You can see that he's worked deals directly with the bread organizations, because he's putting together his plans to touch the community, and he's reaching out, networking. Same practice that you have to execute in order to be successful in business will win you the grant money. Bring your vision to life. See, he has everything organized. He's got his calendar right here. Look, he's got refrigerators full of energy drinks and water and meat, everything. He told me that local elected official or government official gave him a freezer to hold the meat. I think I have an image of it. He's got right here, look, there's an organization that takes name brand high-end clothing and they give it to him, and he gets to sell it, and he raises capital that way as well. He's put together a gym for people to come in and work out. If you come in on a regular basis, he'll give you a code. So how do you do that? First off, you have to keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on in your community, right? And I'll tell you about that shortly. But first things first, if you want to ensure that you stand the best chance of achieving every single outcome that you want with your organization that you plan to establish, even if you don't have one, as long as you have the idea and want to put the effort and make the hard decisions to ensure that you are able to succeed, go ahead and join the wait list to explore working with me. The link is in the video description below. We can trade texts to see if I can help you. We've helped raise tens, count that, tens of millions of dollars for America's entrepreneurs since the onset of the pandemic, and you can clearly see it. I'll go ahead, let it ride on the screen so you can see all the comments of people posting, having won tens of millions of dollars through this. $2 million through PPP alone, $120,000. Junice Koger, another lady the other day, reported how she won $30,000 through the content that we share here for you, just you, my beloved viewers. So I can't help everyone nonetheless. For a limited time, we got grant writing services where we apply for grants on your behalf. This is how you do it. You keep your finger on the pulse of what's happening in your community. What are the evolving issues, right? So for instance, in Dearborn City, Michigan, this gentleman right here, who is a resident, is complaining that the city has decided to name a street a name of Arabic origin, right here, Osama Siblani. I'm not sure who Osama Siblani is. So the mayor of Dearborn City, his name is Abdullah Hamoud right here, right? So Abdullah Hamoud, born in Dearborn, Michigan, he is of Arabic descent. He did not like that this person was protesting that they name it. So you come up with ways to ease the tensions. What are some of the ways you can ease the tensions to ensure that you don't get these problems? You don't get what Abdullah Hammoud is classifying as Islamophobia, right? So for instance, right here, you know your neighbor's public forum, civic engagement, action day, demonstration focused on encouraging constructive participation in local government, counter-narrative campaign, community listening session. You can start to ideate, but I'll give you a couple of ideas right here. I drove through downtown, or the downtown of my area, because the neighborhoods out in New York are big anyway. So, and there were, I have to say, at least 200-300 people protesting. They had a demonstration, pro-Palestinian demonstration. I believe I saw somewhere to the effect of .org on one of the calls to actions, I believe on a billboard, and they raised money to get this thing done. They were waving these big flags all over the place. I'm not sure if they got it through grants or if they got it through people, but they probably got grants, because once you have a 501c3, its key purpose is for you to raise funding. And even if you don't have a 501c3, you can partner with one through a fiscal sponsorship, and now they can apply on your behalf. They take a cut, of course, to administer the funds, and now you simply have to go ahead and draft your line items. This is what I need. I need this. It's going to cost $1,000. Is going to cost $2,000. $3,000. I need like $6,000. Let's go ahead and get this done to ensure that we alleviate this problem. In this particular case, being that Abdullah Hammoud is of Arabic origin, he may want to see initiatives that ensure that people tolerate each other and there's no hate, especially among people that are not Islamic or of Arabic descent, and the people from whom he originates, right? So he would potentially help you fund some type of program to ensure that people operate peacefully. And that's just one thing. You know, you can stay on top of the Chamber of Commerce, just see where the problems are arising, where are they evolving. And just to give you another idea of some of the other easy grants, there's a self-employment assistance program. Before I was even telling people about grants and help raise tens of millions of dollars since the onset of the pandemic, I got a self-employment assistance program. Actually, I believe I got one to continue my education. So basically, you don't have to seek work while you're on unemployment. If you are launching a business through the self-employment assistance program and through an education extension, as long as you demonstrate that you're going to school, they'll continue to pay your unemployment even after it expires. So the SEEP program, I believe last time I checked, it's in at least, it was about maybe 20 states or so. I don't remember exactly, but just go ahead and check with your Department of Labor. So in New York, they've got it, right? The Self-Employment Assistance Program. And there's also a training grant that I told you about. And of course, the Pels and everything to that effect. Nonetheless, the most powerful, and I have seen it time and time again, because as I've told many of you with whom I have spoken, I have worked with nonprofits here in New York City, in a couple of areas across the country, and I have always seen that most of the money that they raise comes without applying for it in scenarios that the entrepreneurs have created for themselves. There is no competition. Where there is no competition, in the words of the immortal Slick Rick, right? And you put yourself in a position where, listen, you have a problem, I'm the ibuprofen to that headache to ensure that we alleviate it for good. You want to explore working with me so we can ensure that we operate together to put yourself in the best place to achieve every single outcome that you have set for yourself. Again, it's not limited to the organizations, because organizations are started by who? By individuals. I started delivering speeches for the City of New York Small Business Services, and I saw one gentleman who was a director with whom I partnered to deliver these workshops, and he basically started as an individual working as a director. Then he launched his organization, which evolved into a nonprofit. So it all starts with the idea and you making the hard decisions to walk into the role. of becoming the person that you need to be to make the hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars, leave your legacy, your generational wealth, and everything for which you operate day in, day out for all the people that you love and the people that you are assigned. Watch the video you see on the screen right now so you can learn about every single grant, making, and cash taking opportunity that I face.